So also when it comes to investment, because if you're thinking of investing in Thailand, check your passport again and check how long you're able to stay. Hello everyone, I'm back again from Phuket, and this video is going to be about visas, how all this is working, this complicated thing called visa, and how it can depend, how your nationality and your passport can influence your stay in Thailand.
You're a world away, somewhere in the crowd, in a foreign place. Are you happy now? There's nothing left to say, so I shut my mouth. Won't you tell me, babe?
Look at that!
Are you happy now?
This is really
Are you happy now? You're the only one who can up and run, leave me just as empty as the day you came. You hold all the cards, all the broken hearts, strung over your shoulder till it's all in vain.
Now, there's this platform that or Wikipedia as well, you can see like your passport and the power of your passport, and depending on the passport you have, you can either stay here 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, or 90, up to 90 days, 3 months. Like some passport you need visa before entering the country. For other types of passport, you need a visa on arrival. So when you arrive, you fill in a document and they stamp your passport. And some other passport you need visa like prior to arrival, visa on arrival, or no visa needed for some countries. So this video is going to be mostly like a story time and the struggles I encountered when coming here. So I have a Romanian passport because I'm Romanian. I'm not going to explain why. I could have had a French nationality because I stayed there 10 years, but I don't have it. But I'm basically, I'm running out of battery. No. But basically, I'm going to tell you my experience with this passport and how I overcome it. Basically, with my Romanian passport, I was allowed 15 days in Thailand as a tourist with a tourist visa, and the tourist visa was made on arrival. So the tourist visa costed 70 American dollars, USD. It was just 15 days. After 15 days expired, you had to go out of the country, and if you want to come back in, you pay another 70 USD dollars for another 15 days tourist visa. So we didn't know that first when I arrived, because I thought it was 30 days, just like a French passport, or how much, I don't know how much it was. I think 30 days for a French passport. And because like in other countries, in Malaysia, Romanian passports are allowed 90 days without any visa fees or any visa. You just go 90 days. Singapore, 30 days or 60 days, I don't know. So I wasn't expecting Thailand to be that strict, but that's how they make money out of visas as well. We rushed to register to a local language school to learn Thai or Mandarin, because that's what an au pair does. It's very hard to get a working permit and stuff, because they privilege Thai people. They want employment in for Thai people, not for foreigners. So foreigners who stay here, even if they have a house, even if they own a business or stuff, maybe not if they own a business, but basically the foreigners who are here and have kids, they have a visa based on their child's education and not based on work or business. I registered to a Thai school, language school, to be able to have an education visa. So we rushed, we paid. Normally it takes like a month to get the papers back from the government, signed by the government and by the school and stuff, Minister of Education. And then once you have the paper, you have to go out of the country, go to a Thai embassy in another country close by, and then come back in with an education visa. So we paid extra to have it in less than a month because I was only there for 2 weeks, as I said. And we had it. I got out of the country. I went to Singapore because I had a short side note. When I was in LA, ready to book a flight, to board for to check in for my flight to Phuket, they told me I cannot go on the plane unless I have a return ticket. So they wouldn't check me in, they wouldn't give me the boarding pass unless I had a return ticket. So now in 30 minutes rushed, I had to book a return ticket. But the return ticket, an outbound ticket. But it was not like back in Europe, back in the US. It was just out of the country. So I rushedly, my boyfriend booked a ticket from Phuket to Singapore because he lives in Singapore. So I had that ticket already booked within the 15 days. I took that one. But you cannot just go to any Thai embassy in another country because some embassies are strict and they do not give education visa based on a language school. So they only give education visa if you're like in university, in a proper school, full-time student, full-time scholar, whatever, not just language school. So some visas are less strict. Some, Penang for example, used to be easy to get a visa like that based on language school, but now it became strict, so it dragged all the populations to go to Laos, Vientiane, and that was less strict because like it depends on where they want to make money. They made enough money in Penang, they drive everybody to Laos to make money in Laos, and then they make Laos embassy strict to drag everybody to go to KL, for example. KL was a little bit strict, not too much. So I had the choice between Hong Kong was very strict, Penang was very strict. They needed a lot of documents and stuff, so we didn't want to go there. And I had a choice between Laos and KL, Malaysia, and we chose KL. We wanted to go Laos because it was less strict than KL. KL was still a little bit strict, but in Laos it was far. You had to change flights, didn't have a direct flight. Everything was in Thai. On the website as well, you had to have somebody who goes with you. It was hard to find accommodation on your own and stuff. Whereas in KL, my boyfriend had an aunt who could host me, and it was everything in English. It was more modernized, big city, and we decided to go to KL, especially the flights were cheaper. So from Singapore we went to KL, to the Thai embassy, so that was 2 flights already. I didn't need a visa to go to Singapore or to KL as well, which was a good thing, but I needed a visa to go to Laos, another reason. And it was like, all the flights, they check in if you have a return ticket. You have to have a return ticket, side note, or outbound, whatever you call it, ticket to get out of the country. And they ask you, oh, how long are you staying here? They don't ask you too much, but for a Romanian passport maybe they ask more. Especially they asked me like how long I'm staying, so I was just saying 3 days, and they're like, okay, you're fine. Or I just go to Thai embassy, which was okay. So we went to the Thai embassy. We read some blogs on how to process. So the Thai embassy opens at 9:30 in KL. If you go to KL, I suggest you to go around 8. Starting 8:30, 8:45, because there's a queue, there's gonna be a queue starting at 8 in front of the embassy. So you want to be among the first, because they only give visas. They say they give visa the next day. You apply, you put your papers. Nothing is online yet, but it's gonna be online very soon, by the way. So you have your papers ready. It's on the website what you need to have. Have your papers. You go, you wait in line. You have a ticket. And they say they only give the visa to the first 130. They process 130 visas a day. So if you want to get it the next day, you have to be among the 130 first. So it's good to go first and you finish quickly. So we went first. We were like 10th or something. And so we finished. I just said the papers and paid the money, 300 RM, ringgit. In 20 minutes it was done. The next day we got there and it was ready. The thing is, when they give me the visa, when I applied for the language school it was 1 year. And when I applied for a visa I took 1 year. But they told me it's You know, those kind of things you only know if you're in the country. So it's good if you live here, you learn the culture and the process. So all the Thai embassy, they have an unwritten rule that they only give the visa for 3 months. So to make you pay more to extend it. It was only 3 months, so it says valid until 11 December 2018. After that, you need to go to the immigration in Phuket to pay a fee of 5,000 bahts or something to extend it. I hope it will work. I don't know yet if I'm staying that long. I don't even know anything yet. Or I have to go out again, pay again the 300 RM and get another one and get other school papers. Because those, I gave them the originals. Maybe that was my mistake. I gave them the original. So they give you, and the problem is when you apply, you have the options to take like how many entries you require. So careful. Everybody told me request multiple entries because it means that if you have a single entry, if you go out of Thailand on a mini trip or something on a weekend and you go back, you're not allowed to go back in because it was one entry, single entry. If you want multiple entries, you pay a fee at the immigration in Phuket. That's how they make money. And so even if you take multiple, they still give you a single. So it's Kingdom of Thailand, category education, type of visa, non-immigrant, single entry. And when I asked them, oh, where do I have to pay to get a multiple? Like, they were barely speaking English. So anyway, we'll see. And by the way, it's the same fee for any type of visa, even if you apply for tourist visa, business visa, meeting visa. It's gonna be every time 300 RM. Okay, so that was the story. That was the difficult part, is that like you had to get out of the country and get back in, and which like seems basic and obvious and normal to me because I traveled in US as well. They explained me a lot of times that's like that if I want to stay again, if I go like to work in US and then I have another contract, you have to go out of the country, go back in with another visa, like longer or whatever. And that was the complicated part, that I need to go back in. But the easy part, and you need a return ticket, online ticket. So the easy part is that a lot of countries, very cheap, 20 pounds, 30, 40, 50 pounds to get out of the country in another close by country. And the chances are you're gonna have no visa required if you have a European or American passport or Singaporean passport. No visa required to those countries, like Malaysia, it's very easy. Singapore as well, for some nations. And yeah, if you want to go to Thailand, just take note of this. If you're Romanian, it's really annoying that if you're Romanian, you're discriminated, and that's the country. So also, when it comes to investment, because if you're thinking of investing in Thailand, check your passport again and check how long you're able to stay in that country. It will be really useful and will save you time maybe to decide where to invest. Maybe you're thinking of Thailand but you're not sure. Maybe you want Malaysia, maybe you want someone else. You're thinking of investing in a third world country. Check your passport because it can determine the location you're gonna invest. It can save you money, time and stress. If you really want a country, okay, go for it, but it's really like, it can help deciding.
Hold my hands, you can make me dance, spin me around in circles till I'm wrapped in straight. You keep on talking sweet till your fingers bleed.